Hello guys, sorry. It looked weird for a second. Hello everyone. Got some news that I'll share. I need a distraction for a little bit, so I'm gonna go grab my IV set stuff and get some meds going. And I got a little bit of a sewing project to cut out. It's been a rough week, y'all. Like, details of which I cannot share everything. I will give some, but it's not one I'm gonna delve into a ton. But there's been some changes. So let me go get my stuff while people get in here. Yeah. Should have done that before I did this, but oh well. It is what it is. My cat's being a goof. And anyway, I just gotta grab the things. Hang on, I gotta pull something up real quick before I do that. What is this thing doing? Dude, I just realized I'm at like almost to 4,000 subscribers. That's really cool. Taking a long time. Why does it say it's waiting for me? What the heck? There we go. Okay. Going to grab my stuff, and I will be right the heck back. I don't know if anybody's here yet. I'm a little behind what it shows. But let me go grab my IV stuff. Simon, are you in here? Simon? I thought I saw you. Oh, you're in the bathroom. Okay. Alright, there you go, buddy. Got one more thing to grab. Alright. Ouch, that hurt. That hurts my foot. Okay. I need to put this thing down. I need that. That's garbage. Alrighty. Hello, y'all. It's been a big week. It's been... Whoops. Where's my mouse? Where did it go? There it is. Okay. It's been a really rough week. Leading to some rough times. It's like I'm still in disbelief that this has gone on this week. But that's why I've not been on. I gotta get this IV going and get some meds in me and get my feeding tube back on. So, first things first, medically, I'm doing okay-ish. You can kind of see I'm a little bit puffy. There's a few reasons for that, but primarily it's just rough reactions. Okay, why does it say there's 2 chats and I don't see anything on here? That's annoying me. Okay, there's no chats. Alright, it's just being weird. Alright, got it. No, I don't want to open Steam. God damn it. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Okay, there we go. God, I don't even know where to start exactly. But yeah, medically I am okay. I am struggling a little bit. It's summertime. That's when POTS likes to act up. That's when mast cell likes to act up. And when those all act up, everything acts up. But we're going to work through it. It's going to be a Benadryl day, unfortunately. I woke up with hives on the chest. I had some hives on my neck. I was itchy, puffy, my eyes were swelled up. So it was I woke up at 6 or something and I had to take Benadryl. But yeah, one of those last few days have been like that. Anyway, on to the big why I haven't been around, why there's changes that are happening. I'm not going to give details a lot, but I'll give the basics of what I'm comfortable sharing with the world. What I know would be appropriate to share with the world, at least given those involved. We had a little bit of a situation come up, which has led to a change in living situation, and fuck. Sorry. I'm doing my IV and I just got it all over my bed. Living situation and people living in our house. Shit, that's gonna leak. As of right now, Chloe's not living here for a while. Some stuff that one of my roommates is not comfortable with went on, and they have been asked to basically move out due to some of the situation. They aren't staying in Kansas for now. Well, they probably won't ever be in Kansas again. It's been a big week. A lot of changes, a lot of feelings, a lot of things. This also is me making the final decision that I will be moving back to New York. Hopefully this year. If we can swing it this year, I would really like to do it this year. We're not broken up or anything like that. We're just taking the space that we need for the ability to work on some mental health stuff on Chloe's end. In order to do that, they kind of need to not have to take care of me physically for a while. And, unfortunately, resources made it so that they had to leave Kansas. It was not our first choice. Had we been a little bit further along in the move-in together situation, we could have gotten our own apartment. However, we're not ready for that as far as finances go. So, we're going to take this year and get back to a situation of being able to save money, making sure they have a solid job, making sure they're
getting support for some mental health stuff, and we'll see where things go. It's been really rough. Lots of tears this week. Saying goodbye to your partner for God knows how long is really, really hard. Not just my partner, but my person. And the little guy's person. This is going to be a really hard year. A lot of change. A lot of change is going to happen. But it's going to be for the better in the long run. I need to not sob my eyes out because the more I cry, the more reactive I get. But for the time being, Chloe and I are not living together. Not by our choice. Definitely not by our choice. Sorry, I've got a little one in the head who's kind of really, really upset. He is not doing real well with this change. Because for him, he basically lost a parent overnight type of deal. And he doesn't understand it. He's a 1-year-old. And working through that with him too. Okay. We gotta get this IV going. I need my fluids. Anyway, that being said, there's some details I've shared in private with some people that watch this. It's just not one I'm going to put out publicly here. If you have other ways of contacting me, then you may be a trusted human being, probably, and I can share privately what I'm comfortable sharing. Please do not ask publicly, at least, please do not ask what happened. Because that's not going to be a public thing. It is for us and those involved to know. Just know that, letting you know, because for a little while we had Chloe around here a lot, and that's not going to be the case right now. Unless we do like a stream where we're gaming or something like that together, and we will have cameras appropriately, however we do that. Not that we're probably going to do that anytime soon, because work has to happen. But yeah, so they left today. They left a few minutes ago. We said our goodbyes last night. Oh, this is... I don't remember if I put any batteries in this, but it says it's 3/4 full, so we'll see. Anyway, I have a lot of stuff that I need to do. I have sewing projects out my ears right now. The alcohol swap there. Like those of you who have been around, we're working on switching from disposable to cloth diapers, nearly exclusively. I say nearly because when it comes down to it, if I'm in the hospital, I'm obviously not cloth diapering. That's not happening. So there will still be disposables on hand, but outside of a couple days this week, I have worn cloth pretty much exclusively. And I'll tell you what, guys, the diaper rashes are almost non-existent. and it's amazing because I was having rashes constantly, like in disposables. Because I have both the bowel and bladder incontinence now, and I had to use cream. Oh hey, I had to use cream every single time I diapered with disposables. I make that face because, guys, this port has given me hell. Now it doesn't want to give me blood return when I gave it to her a little while ago. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, it's there. It's just there it is. Good. Okay. Bear with me. I'm kind of in the middle of a conversation with my mom a bit. She gonna make me cry. There's probably gonna be tears, guys, over the next while. Partly because we're dealing with the little one, and he is a very sad boy. He's struggling with this. I don't know when you hopped in, Husky, but I was explaining that there was a situation that's gone on and has led to primarily one of my roommates not being willing to live with my partner. It's not something I'm going to explain publicly. I've told some people online, but it's not something that's going to be public. So, just know that right now, Chloe is currently on their way to the airport to head to California for the foreseeable future. We're not broken up. That was on the table. And then we realized that I don't think either of us would have been able to go on with that. There are no problems between me and Chloe specifically. Any problems that are going on are problems that have been placed by this situation, and quite honestly, it's not a problem between, like, our relationship isn't the problem. That's just one reason the thought of breaking up was so hard. But we're not breaking up. But we are taking... There's a big mental health journey that needs to go on. Honestly, for both of us, but theirs is a little more dire. So, because we are being forced to take the physical space, that's what we're doing. Our plan... Sorry, this thing's yelling at me. Let me really quick do this. Okay, sorry. Message is coming in. Anyway. They're off to California today. And I am now in distract my sad brain mode. Distract the baby. do something that makes me happy. Dude, my bed is giant and there's nobody in it but me. And that's sad. But I do have a lot of space now. So let me get my IV started. Dogs will be loud.
I didn't really want to do anything today. But do you need anything from Hy-Vee? Because I need to bring in hydration into the house.
Not offhand.
Grab it.
I can't think of anything.
What?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I keep trying to eat and it's just ugh.
Fair.
So. No. Simon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who's that?
You rude motherfucker!
I guess he told you.
Get him.
Yeah, there's no...
What?
No. Not want her up right now.
Whatever.
Not right this second.
How's it going? No, sir. Go say hi. Huh?
He just sits out there and whines most of the time.
So dramatic. You're fine.
The fact that I sound like the actual dog is... What day is it? It's Monday. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Yeah, no.
I am gonna do something this evening. I forgot. It's with Monday. But I won't be at the replay. I will be out in Topeka. They're going on a field trip.
Where are you going?
It's a bar that I guess is a bikini bar,
The fuck?
right? But they have like a menu, like a bigger menu, like bar food menu. And supposedly they have protein shakes. I'm like, I'm down for that.
That's an interesting thing.
Right?
Give the people protein while they get drunk.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good counterbalance, man. Like,
Yeah. I'm just gonna plug away at getting some sewing projects maybe done.
okay. That's fine.
Laundry, I gotta put diapers in.
Okay.
I need to get the better quality ones so I'm not going through with many in a day.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hi. You guys are staying here. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you the card.
No. It's too hot for that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so getting IV going. What time did it take?
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wait, I can take it. Okay. I want to get a little bit of stuff done before I take it. Either that or I could take it and do stuff later. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Okay, bye. Sorry, roommate. I will say that this whole situation has definitely affected my relationship with that particular roommate. There's a lot of not fair. 50 degrees. I think it's already like 90 here. Well, already it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. Let's check what it was. It was messed up earlier today, so it didn't give me the exact temperature, but I know the oops, nope, that's not what I want. I want this. Oof. The high was supposed to be 90 today. So it's currently 93 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 34 degrees Celsius. Shish thing. No, don't resume, repeat. The heat index is currently 99, which is 37 degrees Celsius. So that, those of you who do not know, the heat index is like the temp versus with the humidity, what it actually feels like. So yeah, that's hot. That's very hot. Okay, we're hooking this up. Anyway, so last Monday, we had an issue. Well, not last Monday, but not this past week, but the week before that, we had some issues. I had some pain going through my chest whenever we flushed or put anything through my port, like searing pain, and it like bubbled up and felt weird. And we thought there was a hole in my port. So we headed off to the ER. They did a re-access. They did it twice. And the last time they put it in, it felt kind of okay. But they wanted me to get a port study done, and we couldn't get that night. It was later in the night, and we couldn't get it done. And we were also, like, in a hallway bed this time because, port problem, you don't need a room necessarily. However, I did get to see the inside of the brand new trauma room at our hospital. I've been in a trauma room once before because it was the only room open at the local ER, but it's just a bigger room. Their trauma room was not really a true trauma room because they're not like a level 1 trauma center type of deal. But the other hospital that I go to now is, they have been remodeling for like the last year, or not remodeling, they've been, yes, remodeling, but huge construction at the hospital. I forgot to tell this to Ron. And I think they're done. I think. They might have a little bit more left. You're going to see a lot of Leo, by the way. He knows I am dealing with, stuff. And he is my little emotional support kitty that knows when that shit's going on. So he's been by my side for like the last 48 hours. Anyway, I got to see the inside of the trauma room for the first time because they needed to access my port, and you can't really do that and stay sterile in the hallway of the ER. So I got to see the inside of the trauma room. It was also a little bit of a traumatic ER experience because I was in the hallway. I basically witnessed somebody die. They started coding. Like 15 doctors run through the hallway with the gurney as they're coming back from a scan or something, and like the doc or the nurse or whoever it was literally on top of the gurney doing compressions as they rushed to the resuscitation room. So that was pretty traumatic to experience, and I know they got her on a vent and stuff. I don't know anything about other than that, but I know they got her heart going again. But that was the first time I'd ever witnessed that. And it was pretty crazy. It was interesting, and it was heartbreaking. I hope she made it. I know she was pretty old, so I don't know, but it wasn't like, for me it was not a bad ER trip, but the surrounding, when you're in the hallway of the ER, you see so much more. And they don't often put me, it's been years since I was in a hallway bed in an ER. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Anyway, so last Monday, we were able to do my port study. And it was scheduled for anesthesia and everything. I did the fasting and everything. But it was like, the way what I was describing going on, everybody was sure we were replacing this port. And like, so they had to do an IV in me because we couldn't use my port, and till they checked it. And like, I got in there, and the guy was like, okay, and he was getting ready to put me to sleep and stuff. And then we realized my IV was blown. And then the doctor's like, you know what? Let's wait and see. Let's access the port. Let's get the contrast in there. Let's see what it does before we put them under. Because if we don't need to replace it, then why would we, we don't need to go through the trouble of finding another vein. And sure enough, it fucking worked. There were no holes. It functioned perfectly fine. We've been struggling with this port for weeks. So we kind of figured out that the angle that normally people do it in with me is like slightly on my wedge, slightly up. In the procedure, they did it with me completely flat, and they got it like that in the right spot and everything. So we have determined that we've probably been just hitting the slightly wrong spot, enough for not everything to leak out, but some. So we reaccessed today with the knowledge that we gained from last week. I've been running extra fluids and stuff throughout the week because I needed it. But my access went perfect today. Perfect. And I am so thankful. I am a little, it's kind of like I wanted them to replace the port because, quite honestly, this one has been really problematic. It doesn't like to give blood return very much. It's had some clogs. And I wanted them to be able to take it from here and just move it in toward my chest a little bit so that it's not in just fatty tissue and it had something structurally behind it so that it wouldn't shift as much. I wanted them to move it to my other side altogether. They're like, no, actually, the ports on the left side don't function as well, so we're going to use the right as much as we can. So the plan was just to put it basically back where it was. But thankfully we did not have to do port surgery. I did not have to spend a horrible week being additionally horrible because of port surgery. However, my tube is starting to show signs that it's going the buried bumper route again. We're at, how many days? When did I have a countdown for another thing that I had that tells us how many days, because this happened the day that. So I have now had my port for 53, or not my port, my current feeding tube is 53 days old. Almost 2 months, which is a lot longer than I was getting. I have only once made it or haven't I? I think maybe one time, but I'm supposed to get my tubes replaced every 3 months. And in the last year, I've made it to that point once. So I'm really hoping we can get to that. I doubt it. I doubt it at this point. The signs are there. But hey, at least it's not every 2 weeks like it was with, the last couple of changes. It was like 2 weeks, then it would bury. We'd replace it. 2 weeks again, it would bury. This time it's given me 53 days, which is really good. So yeah. Hang on. When I'm sitting forward like that and my bladder tries to go, it doesn't come out. But I feel that, I can feel pressure right just inside, not in the bladder or anything, just right inside. So I can tell when my body is trying to go. And if I'm sitting forward like this, it doesn't do it. It's just like, hello, we can't. And if I do that for too long, I get a weird, it's kind of like a nervous system reaction. I don't know that it would be called dysreflexia or not, but I get a weird anxiety. I get really kind of spazzy, kind of warm. I get flushed. It's weird. Anyway, I need to get my feeding tube, but it's behind the table. So let's see, where have we been on our diaper journey? By the way, this is my current diaper setup. I have one more pack of disposables. I've just been using them here and there, mostly cloth. I am loving cloth diapers. It's a lot of work, but if you ever, by the way, and I should do a whole video on this, but if you're ever going to cloth diaper, I have some amazing resources for keeping them in really good condition. Mind you, I'm using really cheap cheap materials right now. So the ones that I've been making over the last couple of months, those are going to get phased out into better quality things. This is just me figuring out what works. So I'm starting the process of actually making decent inserts for my diapers. I have some hemp fleece, and I have some diaper flannel that I'm gonna try. I'm really working on my own type of diaper, cause like I have a really big bladder. I'm very hydrated most of the time, and I go a lot, but I also have bowel incontinence. So there's a lot that goes into finding the right diaper system. Currently, my daytime use is pocket diapers with inserts in there. Pocket diapers are not real great for me. There's just not enough coverage along the rest of it. Like, I need something that's got absorbency all the way through, pretty much. So I was going to be going with fitted diapers, which are no waterproof on them, and they usually have the sewn-in absorbency. However, I need to have the ability to customize my absorbency a little bit. For example, if I'm having a day where I'm having poopy diaper after poopy diaper after poopy diaper, I can put less inserts in those so that I'm not using them up. I'm not having to change the diaper before the inserts are fully wet. So I'm not doing what most of the cloth diaper industry knows as a hybrid, but it's a hybrid because it's mixing two different things together. So I'm currently doing like pocket fitted diapers. At least that's my plan for daytime. Is just do I have one that I can show you? I do have one. Let me get. And then I gotta get to my meds. The pain level's a bit high today. Alright. I'll get down a couple because I made a new thing. And I want to show you guys that. These two are night diapers, so I made. They're giant. I don't particularly like pull-on covers. I really struggle with the legs on them. This one's not bad. I want to make some changes to it, but it's not bad. What is that? Oh, that's the seam. Okay. But I made... This is the fabric version of plastic pants. And this is... I think I've shown you guys this before. This is my night diaper. It's got all the inserts in there right now. You'll see the difference in a minute to this one on my more final pattern. But currently we're using just towels. I bought towels at Walmart and made a bunch of inserts because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to do the cloth diapering before I bought the expensive products. Because, like, the one fabric I may use is, like, $30 a yard. And you get, like, 4 across. So, like, you get 4 of them out of a yard. And it takes at least 4 of them for a diaper. So it's expensive. But they last a long time. Now, mind you, these aren't going to last real long because this is cheap-ass flannel. It's shrunk a lot type of deal. I will probably in the future do a little bit more pre-shrinking of my fabrics before I cut out diapers. Like, at least 2-3 times. This is another cover I made. I think I've shown you guys this one, but it has like dinosaur feetsies on it. I love this cover. It's awesome. I do need to work on the wings a little bit, like narrowing that down and stuff like that. There's some things that need work, but this is the newer version of my pocket fitted diaper. And yes, it's Harry Potter, kind of. It's not actual Harry Potter, but it's kind of Harry Potter. It's just witch stuff. But I took a book from my pocket diapers, or I took a line from my pocket diapers, and I put a pocket in here. This one does not have a pocket. I just sewed in the absorbency. That thing, this one takes forever to dry, and it's only towel, so it takes forever to dry. Forever. We're talking like 2-3 hours in the dryer. Anyway, so now I have this, and this all can be, everything can come out of this. It's just the shell. So if I poop, we don't have to rinse out the entirety of the diaper. I just have to rinse off the top, because when it comes to poop, you only have to have the actual what's my word? Solid stuff off. You only have to get the solid stuff off, and I don't have the most solid of poops, so yeah. Currently what's inside of this one is a pre-fold that is just folded up and then kind of doubled over, not quite in half, but close to. I bought a pre-fold diaper to try for nighttime. It was too small. It ran a little smaller than they said, which I should have bought. I almost did, but I didn't. I should have bought 2 sizes up or a size up. But it works really great for folding up and putting it in here. This is a pretty decent night diaper. I am going to be trying to make an adult version of a diaper that's really popular right now, which is called a pre-flat diaper. And it is the combination of 2 types of diapers, a pre-fold and a flat. Basically, it's going to have wings, but it's going to be more square so that you fold it like you would a pre-fold. You can make it out of stretchy fabric too, that makes it so you have a nice tight fit. I'm going to be exploring that a lot. Probably tomorrow I'm going to get some like cheap fabrics to try it with. But that one will be able to have absorbency added in as well, just like you would a pre-fold diaper. Like those you can add in. I have Boingos, which are the closures for cloth diapers that don't have snaps or Velcro. I would love to be able to design this diaper to also have snaps, but I don't know that it will, because it is going to be made out of stretchy fabric, and I need something that's going to be tight and solid. But yeah, that's that. Dog hair. So, it's a lot of work figuring out what works for you with cloth diapers. You know, it's a lot of trial and error. Now, mind you, I'm currently using, I think I did a video on them, actually. The diapers, dog hair. The diapers that I'm currently using for the daytime, I did a video on them. I really like them as a easy to use diaper. They're a pocket diaper. They're really cheap, and they work. You know, they're not my greatest option, because I do have such a giant bladder, and when it lets go almost all at once. So it's a little problematic on if it's gonna hold up. Now, that could be completely different once I have better inserts, but I do know when I had cloth diapers last time, I was using a pocket diaper, and I needed more to it. I needed side absorbency to some degree. So, I'm going to be working a lot over the next couple months on the different setups. I'm hoping to land on either doing pre-flats all the time, and just being able to boost it up for nighttime absorbency, or I'll stick with my fitted diapers and stuff them. I'm not sure yet. I would like to add another layer of absorbency in my fitted diapers all the way around. That's expensive, unfortunately, so it's something I'm going to have to research a little bit and source the right fabrics. But like the one fabric that I would need for pre-flats is like $18 to $20 a yard, and for an adult you need like 1 or like 2 yards minimum type of deal. For adult my size, I should say. I'm a chunky boy. So, yeah. I really wanted to get those inserts cut out, but I also am going to be nice to my body because I am reacting so much. I am hungry too. With all the stress of the last week, my ability that I had for a little while to eat some food has drastically dwindled. I got some like breaded chicken nuggets from Costco that normally are really safe food for me, and I can barely tolerate them right now. So pretty much Owen's in his happy spot because I'm doing a lot of chocolate milk bottles. So that's about the main thing I can stomach. I do have some baby food from a while back that I have on hand that I can try. But solid food just is not going great. I can do some breads, like some sweet breads or something like that, like, you know, the like banana bread type of deal. I can do some of that. But even just normal, and it just hurts and it makes me want to throw up. So I'm kind of sticking with letting Owen have the run of the like the run with what we eat, which for him is his bottle, his favorite thing, his chocolate milk bottle. Something interesting that if you are, you know, if you know some things about like DID and dissociative disorders, a lot of people do not share information on their littles. And that's their choice. There's a lot of reasons behind that. However, because of the uniqueness of my situation, I'm also not diagnosed at all. We have no freaking clue. We just suspect that there's something going on there with him. And so, in this case currently, I'm talking about it and him and giving his name out right now because of being in the unique position of this community. And I think it's helpful to kind of educate a little bit. But, yeah. Anyway, he's been a stink pot the last few days, I'll tell you that much. He has not been a happy camper. It's been heartbreaking. I mean, you basically took a 1-year-old and took away their parent, or the person that's been acting as parent for the last 2.5 years. Well, not quite 2.5. 2. Pretty close to 2 years. Our official 2-year anniversary of Chloe taking on the caregiver role is the 27th of July. Our official 2-year anniversary of, hey, we're a couple, is August 3rd. So, we're hitting that point. We're 2 years. And so, pretty much, that's what he's known. There's only been a couple of people that ever got... And mind you, when they came along, I didn't know that he was separate. I thought it was just a really, really deep regression. It's only been in the last few months that we've kind of discovered that, hey, this might be more than that. But, that being said, with all this, it basically just pulled the rug out from under his little toddling feet that can barely walk. And flipped him for a loop. And, you know, all the littles in both systems are just, like, not doing real great. Let's just say that. We got some rough things going on for the babies, but we call them the babies. They're not all babies. But, that's been one of the hardest parts with all this, is handling not just my heartbreak of the situation, but handling the heartbreak of a 1-year-old is really, you know, like, the nights of him just laying there calling for mama and crying because she wasn't there. Because pretty much, basically, we had an instance, and it led to one of my roommates saying, "You gotta go," to my partner. And because of the state of their mental health, it became apparent that being alone was not good. So at first we had 3 days of no contact, and Owen was beside himself. He was one of the days basically catatonic, where in the head he just sat there in the middle of his room and just didn't function, didn't talk, didn't move, and it was kind of scary. And now he's getting to a better mental space. We're gonna be working through a lot of emotions from him because, Chloe's system was parent. Many of them were, we had a lot of different roles for them, but primarily there were the two that were mommy and daddy, and he's really struggling with that. Hang on, my mom. Sorry, hang on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, today is the first day I've gotten to talk to my mom about the situation since it happened. And last time I talked to her, I was very much in a state of, I was mirroring the emotions of the others in this situation. Well, there's 3 in this situation, but 2 of them. I was very much so mirroring their emotions. It's an autism thing, for me at least. I have a really hard time, for example, if somebody, when Hannah gets upset and yells at me or something like that, even if I wasn't mad, I end up being the minute she shows anger, I'm then showing anger back at her, even if I wasn't angry about the situation. And in this case, their thoughts, their energy and stuff, I was really mirroring that. And it took me until, honestly, I think Wednesday, Thursday, before I really, truly was able to go, I've stepped away enough from the others in the situation. I've talked with the one who's more neutral on it, and I took a lot of time to myself and didn't talk to many people. Really just thought, and I was able to finally weed out the feelings and the energy from everybody else and find where my comfort level was, what I was actually feeling on this situation. And it's probably going to burn a few bridges. But I have to follow what is best for me. And they have to follow what is best for them. And that right now is kind of the opposite directions of each other. So it's gonna change up some friendships. But in the long run, we're doing what is best for each of us. But yeah. So I'm finally getting to talk to my mom about the decisions I've made and my plans going forward with this. So she has like 20 minutes of voice messages to read. Or listen to, read. This is going to be loud. I'm going to mute my mic for just a minute because this is going to be loud. Okay, not as loud as I thought it was going to be. Never mind. It's loud, but it's not. Oh, darn it. I forgot to get water in here. Wait, isn't there a bottle of water? I thought there was a bottle of water in here. Where'd it go? I know there's a bottle of water in this bed somewhere. Ugh. Oh well, fine. We don't know where it is. Anyway, in there? Nope. I'm purposely not looking over there very much because there's a BOTTLE, and if I look at it long enough, the other little guy can see. And I don't need him seeing that right now. I don't need him losing his shit and wanting that. Where is the other cup? Oh, it's over there. Okay. We need 10. Okay, let's see. I need to clean this thing. I need to clean it a lot. His tummy hurts today. That tube is... Okay, you guys want to see something? This is really, really cute. Hello. Leo. Hey, Chunkus. Hi. Sweet boy. My kitties are happy because I put their blanket back on the bed. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Alright. Give me one. You know what, actually, I think we're gonna call it quits here. It's been an hour. I'm about to take Benadryl and I'm going to be getting offline because I'm going to get somewhat loopy and take a nap. Because Benadryl makes you really tired and a little bit loopy. So I'm gonna take a nap and watch TV and stuff like that. But I just want to thank you all for being here and listening. And hello, what's up? Not much. Was working on closing it up. Because I'm working on taking some meds. And I'm gonna get really sleepy on those. But Frost Games for you. I was hoping today to do some sewing projects, but I think that I need to shift based on my physical. It's summertime here in Kansas, literally cottonwood everywhere, and I was at the park the last couple of days a lot with lots of cottonwood. And because summer and all that, I woke up with my eyes were more swelled than they are now. I had hives. I still have a couple hives on my chest. Itching. My entire face itched, and it was just like, yeah, but it means I have to do a lot of allergy medication, and the one that works for me best is Benadryl, which means I do get pretty sleepy. So I usually kind of not shut down, but it becomes like not incredibly safe. I appreciate that, Frost. Unfortunately, well, this is what I'll say. I have good days and bad days. My condition is such that it doesn't just go away. It's called mast cell activation syndrome, and it pretty much means I have like the cells that are responsible for sending out histamines and reacting to your allergens. Mine go haywire and think that I'm allergic to everything. Pretty much, not everything, but it thinks I'm allergic to a lot of things that I'm not actually allergic to. So, for example, I know I have a few food allergies. I have corn allergy, apples, chicken, but the primary ones were corn, apples, and chicken. Yeah. Right now, because I don't digest food, I have some leeway on being able to eat those. And chicken is one that I can eat like 3 days out of a week. The symptoms from those 3 foods are migraines. So I just have to watch how much of that I eat. Apples used to cause an instant migraine, pretty much. Yeah, but it's a type of condition where there's going to be good days and bad days. That's kind of how all mine are. I have several chronic illnesses, and it's just a matter of, better days, good days, and worse days. But like today, the mast cell is definitely annoying, but it's other than that, it's actually not really a bad day. So, but thankfully, I have the medications that help, and I don't have to be at the ER all the time. Because when the mast cell first hit, it's a type of condition where it's kind of like in your genetics. It's not necessarily something they can test for genetically, but it tends to be a gene that lays dormant until it's triggered by an event. A lot of times that's a virus or like a really stressful thing going on, some sort of trauma, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical, that can be a trigger for any. It can trigger any of it. Or any of those triggers can trigger it. But for me, we're not totally sure what triggered the sudden onset of multiple reactions. I've had 2 anaphylactic reactions before it really hit. Well, maybe a little bit more than 2, but I had some weird reactions when I was a kid, and 2 when I was an adult, and then all of a sudden, September of 2021? 2020? I don't know. August 31st, actually, of that year, I went into anaphylaxis. I woke up to my eyes being swelled shut, and I was itchy and hives. And home Benadryl didn't help. We had to go in. And that's when I learned that anaphylaxis was not just the closing of the throat. That anaphylaxis is an allergic reaction that involves 2 or more systems at the same time. For example, throat closing and hives type of deal. 2 or more. And so technically, to some degree, I live in a state of anaphylaxis, but not severe, because I usually have skin and gut issues from it. But it's not always exactly at the same time. And not all the anaphylaxis episodes have to be treated with epinephrine. So it just depends. Most of it can be controlled by consistent use of antihistamines in high doses. Put it this way, I take about 4 times the normal dose of all of my allergy medicines every day. The only one that I don't take 4 times of is my Singulair. That's the one that really tells you I have mast cell activation. Singulair is a mast cell stabilizer. And that's one of the key ways of treating this condition is get you on mast cell stabilizers. But I take Zyrtec, Claritin, and Pepcid twice a day. Each time is a double dose. My Benadryl is usually about 100 milligrams per dose. It takes a lot to kick this stuff. Thank you so much. I'm only like 3 subs away from 4,000, and it's taken a long time to get there because I am not hugely consistent and I don't really cater to the algorithms, so I absolutely appreciate that. But yeah, it's, there will be days, I'll be on here and I'm like, I feel like shit. And I don't always hide during those days because that's the reality of a chronically ill person is sometimes I have to do the things from my bed. And hanging out with people through live stream and stuff really, really helps. So, it's a way to socialize when I cannot socialize in person. But yeah, it's a battle.
know you're streaming, but you know what season it finally is? Cantaloupe season! What's a cantaloupe?
No.
Okay.
I prefer honeydew and watermelon.
Cantaloupe is superior to both.
It is not. It is not superior to watermelon.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, dude. She last night did a world because we're gonna do a thing on the server
Yep.
because of the new update.
Mm-hmm.
The trial rooms
Yep.
will not spawn in places that have already previously loaded. So our world that we've explored
Fancy.
will not have them. We will have to go like 100,000 blocks away to find one.
Nice.
So we're gonna freaking reset the world.
Nice.
And she was looking at it last night on, like, she just got her own little world and was in creative mode, and she literally spawned on top of one, basically.
Nice.
So went in creative mode, and it was so cool. I'm really excited about it, and I love that you can build with copper now.
Yeah.
It's so nice, and it makes noise.
So I'm kind of excited about those copper gratings.
Yeah, oh, you should... She did that last night. She did, she dug down, and she's like, look at these, and then she put the copper grates down, and then filled underneath with lava.
Nice.
And it looked so cool. Oh, my stream says not superior to watermelon, sorry.
I don't care their opinion, it's superior. I reject your reality and substitute my own.
No, watermelon is one of my favorite fruits. I would say watermelon and peaches are probably my favorite fruits.
Cantaloupe is the best thing in the entire world.
No. It's good. It's really good. But it's not. It's not superior to watermelon. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get the Benadryl in me.
It's a better texture than watermelon.
It's a lot slimier.
No?
Yeah, huh?
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. This is the autism fight here. We go. Our texture differences are hilarious. Like,
Watermelon is grainy, cantaloupe is not.
cantaloupe is slimy on the outside, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I like the watermelon, though. Watermelon is literally my favorite thing. I will suffer the digestive problems just to eat watermelon.
Dude, if I was allergic to cantaloupe, I would cry.
I'm really glad I don't react to watermelon
When I visited my friend for their wedding
with salt, too,
in
by the
high
way.
school, I literally cried when I finally was able to eat some cantaloupe. Because good cantaloupe does not exist in Utah.
Yeah.
Okay? It just does not exist.
It's iffy on if it exists here.
You just have to buy it during season.
Yeah. But, no.
You can buy cantaloupe all year round, but it's only good cantaloupe during the season.
Let's be honest, the majority of people that follow me probably aren't autistic. We flock together. If you're noticing that a lot of your friends are being diagnosed or have been diagnosed with autism or ADHD,
you're autistic.
you're
Deal
autistic
with it.
or have ADHD, we flock. We see our people and we go, oh yes! For example, like I went out a few weeks ago.
If you have a biological autistic sibling,
Yep.
you're fucking autistic. I don't care.
The reality, I'm the first one in my family to actually go, dude, we're all autistic. I'm autistic. My sister has ADHD. Like, I can pinpoint them. I can pinpoint exactly which siblings have which thing at this point. And I'm the first one to actually acknowledge and be like, yes, I'm autistic. Hello. Mom, you're ADHD. Dad, you're autistic.
My dad is ADHD and autistic. My mom's autistic. My older sister's ADHD and probably a little autistic.
The rest of you are autistic.
Yeah, the rest of us are just fucking autistic.
But, the only one that might not be wholly neurodivergent would be my youngest sister. But I would warrant she probably has some of the ADHD.
See, here's the thing. High masking is a thing. And if you're high enough masking, it is really hard.
But
Like, how long did it take for all of us to be like, no, it's autism?
yeah, it took a while. Where is the syringe I had? Okay, is there a bottle of water in the living room?
There is now, yeah.
Oh. Can I have one?
Yeah.
Thank you. I sound like a pubescent boy right now. It might be like I am. But yeah, no, it's pretty much all of my friends are some level of autistic. It's just that not all of them have accepted that at this point.
If you're telling yourself you have just a sensory processing disorder, I have news for you. That was me. It was just a sensory processing disorder.
Which is actually under the autism umbrella.
Well, yes, you can, and you can legitimately have it without autism. Yes.
Yes.
But if you have autism in your family, I hate to break it to you,
You're
not that
autistic.
special.
You're autistic.
You're just that special.
We all got the tism.
Now, my little brother got whacked with the tism stick, okay? I only got...
I would say
smacked
I
with it.
probably got smacked with it the most. I don't know if I got whacked, but I definitely got the biggest of the smacks from out of all my siblings. Are we 50? Yeah, we got 50 in there. I maybe didn't need the water, but that's okay. Alright. We're gonna do the meds. Looks exactly like my room, just 7 million cups and bottles. Yeah. So this over here, this is all my feed. I'm on a feeding tube. As you can see, I'm on an IV as well. I'm on a feeding tube. So this is my food that I get every day. I get 3 of these a day, sometimes 2, depending on if I started at the right time. I get 3 of these a day. And because I have a really hard time with absorbing nutrients and hydration, I have to do Pedialyte as well, and I do about 1 to 2 of these a day. Depends on how much my pump works. This is actually, these are my meds. Benadryl, beautiful pink color because I thankfully don't react horribly to dye. But, yeah, I have a feeding tube, and that's how I get all my meds and my nutrition. I do have the mechanical ability to eat food, but I really have almost zero digestion that goes on, so I don't really absorb the nutrients. So there's always, and this is my medication cart right here. You got all the medications here, all my feeding tube supplies, and then I always have, like, whatever I'm drinking orally through here. So yeah, there's always bottles everywhere in here. It's several times a week that I just go through and throw away all the bottles. Being chronically ill creates a lot of garbage. Let's just say that. A lot. I clean out this syringe. This syringe did not... I think I threw away the wrong syringe, in all honesty, when I got out my new syringe. 'Cause this one, dude, it sucks. Oh, hang on, I got a message. Ooh. That's some good barbecue right there. But yeah. Yeah. I don't seem to have much of a problem with it. I haven't really researched that. But I also don't absorb what I eat, really. Unless it's in my feeding tube, I really don't absorb it. And because with the gastroparesis, the stomach is paralyzed, I also have it's technically a feeding tube, but it's a drain. It drains out the contents of my stomach so I don't vomit. So that enables me to do a little bit of oral eating. Some days, like the last month, I've had a pretty decent time of being able to eat orally without throwing up or draining. We've kind of lost that with all the stress going on. But hopefully we'll head back that way of being able to consume foods again. I need to throw this syringe away. It is dead. It is a very dead syringe. But, yeah. My life is a complicated life. Also, my Baby Yoda chip clip broke, and I don't know if I can get it back together. I'm trying, but this little spring is very, very, very hard to work with, so I'll see if I can get it back together, but it's really cute. It's a Baby Yoda. I have a bunch of them. Not like I don't have more, but okay. Rah. This is my backpack of life. Well, my nurse was here today. I pulled the tubing too tight, and it's like, hey, you dislodged it. Now we're going to scream and turn off, and I haven't hooked it back up yet, and that hours ago. Fuck, my battery's going to die. No, don't die. Let me get this going. Come here, computer. Ta-da. But, yep, my backpack of life. We got my feeding tube, and my IV goes in here as well in just a minute. Run. We got like 6 hours left of this thing. Alright, IV goes in here too. It's stuck on my toesies. Oh, that's loud. Oh. It's cranky because I was sitting on it. Where is he? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I am very tangled up in this IV. Hang on. Yeah. Okie dokie. Here we go. This is my modified backpack. I made, well, with the help of my roommate, I made a little frame that goes in here and keeps it standing up. Because when you've got 3 liters of fluids hanging in your backpack, it just like... So. Why are you stuck? Get over. Thank you. I need some revamping. I do need to get another new one soon before too long. This one's starting to really break down and be... But yeah, what side is this? Left, right, left. It goes on the other side. I did, yes, have to go with tactical backpack. It's nice because it has a lot of pockets and it fits stuff. But, ooh, that is a hungry belly. Might have to let the little one out to do the thing. Anyway, I really want to work on diapers, but at the same time, I do not have the energy. No, that's not true. I will not have the mental ability to do so. Once the Benadryl hits, we don't play with scissors. So we just gonna chill today. We're gonna probably, crappy show or not, I'm watching Once Upon a Time. I actually am fully incontinent. I have been actually, before all this stuff started, I became incontinent years and years ago. So I'm in a diaper 24/7. But to answer the question, the tube itself can get wet. My IV, this thing, cannot get wet. Inside here cannot get wet. So, like, I have this on every day. It's pretty much 24/7. There's a short period of time between Sunday afternoon and Monday morning that I have no, that I get to take the needle out, but the rest of it is access 24/7. This is a central line. This goes straight to my heart. Literally direct access. This goes up. Which way does it go? Up and then back down to my heart. So this is all very sterile. Alcohol, everything, you keep it very sterile. It is a tunneled, or it's a port, which is a central line. But the feeding tube itself does not have to be sterile. So I don't have to cover it or anything like that in the shower. If I were to go swimming at a lake or a pond or something like that, a non-chlorinated type of water source, I would have to cover it because it's the same as you don't want to drink the water, so you don't want to let the water inside the hole in your stomach. But yeah, the feeding tubes just go directly into my stomach and my small intestine, and so things can get in there, and then cause infections. It's the same as if you were to swallow the water and get an infection that way. It's just got a little bit more of a direct source. But they can get wet, so I can shower with them. It's actually really good for the skin around it to shower. I can go swimming. I can, like, in a hot tub, I guess you're supposed to kind of cover it. If it's not, or if it's a public hot tub, then you have to cover it. But usually, like, chlorinated pools and stuff, you don't have to cover it. How do people get incontinence? For me personally, that story is different for every human being. Some are born with not having the function of their muscles. Some are born with the nerves not functioning. You know, there's all different reasons. Me personally, I had 12 abdominal surgeries in the course of 4 years. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. Most of my surgeries were done in 5 years, and then I had one later on after I became incontinent. But basically, in my case, there was just several surgeries done in my abdomen, and it just affected the nerves so much that they don't have feeling. So for me, that's how it happened. Because of my surgeries, I had a lot of weak muscles. So before I actually ended up in diapers 24/7, I had issues with, like, bedwetting and having messy accidents at night, or if I was sick, tummy bugs were pretty much wear a diaper because otherwise it's going to be everywhere type of situation. But then in 2011, I lost all feeling in my bladder following my last surgery. It was a while after my last surgery, but it just, after that last surgery, the incontinence got worse, but it was still mostly like wetting the bed. During the day I had some accidents, but I was not in a diaper 24/7 at that point. And then in April of 2011, basically woke up one day and never had feeling in my bladder after that. The nurse had just died. I tell the story. It's a very memorable time because it's like I had my best friend spend the night before. We were it was just the two of us at the house. We were hanging out. We went to go make lunch. We were making mac and cheese, and all of a sudden I felt like warm wet down my legs, and I looked down and I had wet my pants. I had zero feeling that I needed to go to the bathroom. No sensation whatsoever. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I went and changed my clothes, cleaned up, came back downstairs, grabbed our lunch, and went into the living room to watch a movie. And about an hour later, we're still watching our movie, and again, wet pants. Thankfully, we had a leather couch, though. I did not give in till the fourth time that happened that day. For I'm like, okay, obviously it's a diaper day. And because even with, like, my other incontinence, like, during the day, I could kind of feel like, okay, there might be a need to pee, but I couldn't hold it. I couldn't control that muscle enough to hold it to get there. So a lot of times I would wet my pants on the way to trying to go to the bathroom. So at that point I had we had already started the process of I had diapers on hand. Like I said, I was already wetting the bed fairly consistently at that point. It wasn't every night, but it was probably about half. I did wear diapers at night a lot of the time. I did have a hospital bed, thankfully, so if I did wet my bed, it didn't ruin my mattress. But that was an interesting situation. As far as the bowel control goes, I've had my colon removed. And once again, many surgeries in the abdomen, many surgeries on the sphincter muscles, and they've been weak since that time. I was 18 when my colon was taken out. And there was a infection that happened, and I had an ostomy, which is where they pull your intestine to the outside of your belly, and you have the bag, the colostomy bag or the ileostomy bag. I had that for 2 years, and unfortunately, because I wasn't going to the bathroom using my rectum and my sphincters, they did weaken. I tried to keep them as strong as I could, but because I kept having to have surgery after surgery to repair the damage from the infection, the muscles just can't get that strong. And so for the last several years, I would average about at least one messy accident a week. Some weeks it was like several a day. Like, again, if I had a stomach bug, there was no making it to the bathroom. When you have no colon, your system's really fast in the first place. If you add onto that a virus, your body expels it before you can even tell you have to go. Yes, I had a lot of situations where I pooped my pants because I wasn't in a diaper all the time. Thankfully, I was fairly homebound at that time. And most of the time, if I were to go out of the house, I would wear some sort of diaper because I didn't have the ability to get to a bathroom in time. Because my system was so fast, it would be like, hey, I gotta go, and then I better be in that bathroom in the next 30 seconds or it's gonna happen. Over the last few years, I've had situations with fissures, which is basically tears in the small intestine. Because my system is so fast, it can actually cause tears from liquid. So I've dealt with that. That increased the incontinence a little bit. I had times where it was so bad that I couldn't use the toilet because of the position that you have to be in to poop on a toilet, and I had to use a diaper in order to get it to heal. So, because you can't stop you going to the bathroom, you just have to work through and heal those tears. Over the course of the last year or two, the bowel accidents got more frequent. Where it was like several times a week I was having a messy diaper. I'd wake up in the morning with a messy diaper fairly often. And then as of a few months ago, I don't have the signal anymore, really. There's still times where it's kind of like that might be a signal to go to the bathroom. But I don't, like, I used to have a really gurgly loud belly, and I'd be like, oh, we're gurgling a lot, that means I need to go to the bathroom in like 5-10 minutes. I don't have that much gurgling, which probably is because my gastroparesis can also affect the small intestine. So it might not be paralyzed, but it might be starting to slow it down so it's not making that much noise. Add in the fact that I am tube fed, and anything, like, I'm literally on, like, baby formula, basically. That makes the different consistency, and with having a signal that's dull mixed with looser stuff makes the accidents happen more. So also pair that with weak muscle. A lot of times my accidents happen when I sit, like when I stand up or when I bend down. But now in the last few months I don't really have bowel feeling like in the muscles themselves. I can't really feel the feeling you get, the pressure you get. Once in a great while, it's like, that might be what I'm feeling. So, when I have the mental fortitude to do this, for a couple of different reasons, I will set a timer for like 2 to 4 hours, so that I just go sit on the toilet and hope that something happens. A lot of times nothing does happen, and then I put my diaper back on, and like an hour later or half an hour later, I'll end up with a messy diaper. But it is life. It's been my life since, on and off since 2005. God, it's almost 20 years. Holy fuck. Technically, my first accident was, I want to say, October 13th of 2005. But that one was known it would happen because that was my colon removal surgery, and the doc's like, look, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna shit yourself, basically. Like, you're gonna shit yourself. Oh, nice. Those are good ones. Chloe loves those. But that's kind of where we're at. Currently, I because of my mast cell activation syndrome, I've become fairly allergic to like 99% of disposable diapers. I know this because I was getting constant diaper rashes, really, really red, angry skin, and now I have switched over to cloth diapers, and that has almost completely disappeared. The only time I wind up with any sort of rash is if I am in a messy diaper overnight, and it was like really acidic or something. But yeah, wearing the first one, yeah, Chloe loved those. I did not personally like them, but that was mostly because of their fit. It just didn't fit me real well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, do they have an XL now? But also, they weren't as good as Tykables for me, so I didn't. They're cheap though. They are a fucking good deal. They're not my aesthetic, and I love having Velcro. Sorry, my belly is hurting. I love having Velcro, which is really funny because with my cloth diapers, I like snaps. But yeah, this is one of mine that I make my own cloth diapers. I do have some that I bought, but my goal is to make them myself because I can customize them so much to myself. I used to make and sell them. I don't currently sell because I am too sick to keep up with my own sewing, let alone doing it for other people. But this one, and then we've got the inside. This is the actual absorbency. It's a Harry Potter diaper without being a Harry Potter, and I love it. This is probably the thickest I wear. Like, this is really, really thick. It's almost too thick. But this one, it works. This is just how I store it on the shelf. Ugh. But yeah, I've got like 4 or 5 diapers I've got to finish sewing. I've got a new fabric. I'm trying some actual diaper flannel. Where is my plush to put behind my head? There he is. You, Neo, mirror. Oh, he's warm from the battery pack of my, or the power pack. I'm trying out actual, like, natural diaper flannel. And I just bought some hemp fleece. Funny enough, I found out, and I'm not sure if this is because of adults are not as hydrated as babies and children, but bamboo apparently doesn't really hold up real well for adults. So I've been told. And oh, John, it's been a crazy week. I'll recap it a little bit for you in just a second, but yeah, I'm gonna be making a new diaper. It's gonna be a fitted one like these, but it's gonna have a stay dry layer on the inside because definitely need to get the wetness off the skin as much as possible. So I'm gonna try making this style, which is all absorbent, and have it with a pocket on the inside like this one. It has the pocket, and then it's gonna have this layer be a stay dry layer. So that's my next endeavor. I'm also going to be trying to make myself what is called a pre-flat, where it's kind of like a pre-fold diaper, but it has wings, and I really want to try it out. You can make it out of like stretchy fabric, so you get a really good tight fit, which will be very handy for the crazy bowel days, because right now, with the setup we've got, pretty much, it ends up pretty bad. So I want something that's going to be a lot easier. And the pre-flats are usually like 2 or 3 layers versus the lots of layers in the middle for a pre-fold diaper, but you fold it so you get the layers that way. You can use the little cloth diaper fasteners and stuff with them. So my hope is that those work out. Unfortunately, it means they're going to be a little more expensive to make per diaper, but if they work better, golden. Golden. So we're gonna try that out hopefully this month. Normally, you're supposed to use like a bamboo or hemp stretch terry or stretch whatever knit something. I'm going to start out by using just a cotton one. I don't really care how long this thing lasts. It's just gonna be, yes, I'm gonna use a print, but it's just a test. It's just to see if I can get this type of diaper to work for an adult, because I have yet to find an adult pattern for this one. So I'm really interested to see how it works, because it's going to make it really, really good for customizing absorbency for nighttime. I can, like during the day, I like to only change like every 4 hours, but the reality of it is probably need to change a little more often than that with cloth, because I do so much wetting. I'm already on my 3rd diaper. So I had one on overnight. Owen was a little stink pot and messed that one when it was barely wet. And then I got up and I put one on this morning. That one got full by about noon. And then this one is about, I would say, halfway wet. Those of you who are confused about Owen, who Owen is, we're kind of figuring that out to some degree, but currently we're working with, it's probably a second personality. He is adorable, he's a stinker. He's a sweet boy, though. He is a cuddle bug and loves Chloe. Chloe is his mama. Chloe is his person. He pretty much worships the ground they walk on. Daddy, too, because my partner also has DID, for those of you who do not know. We've talked about it a lot, but if you're new, you may not know that. So my partner... Would you stop pressing the mouse, guy? My partner has multiple personalities as well, and... yeah, so to my little guy, different alters are different things. One of them's brothers, one of them's, mind you, they're not actually brothers, but that's how we relate it. But some of them are basically their parental role, and some of them are just kind of like, I'm like the fun uncle type of deal, or the fun aunt. But yeah. So John, I'll give you a quick sort of rundown update. A situation went on. I am not sharing the details of this situation because it doesn't just involve me. It involves our entire house. It is a situation that led to at least one of my roommates kicking my partner out. It's a very complicated situation that has left us all reeling. It's not based on... There's nothing going wrong with mine and Chloe's relationship. We are good. It is a type of thing that in a normal person without DID would have caused a breakup and would have caused me to not speak to them anymore. However, because they have DID, the situation is different. Anyway, that being said, one of my roommates is no longer comfortable living in the same household with them. Our best friend that is over here all the time is also on that same boat. the night of the instance, I was very confused and mirroring everybody's emotions and kind of on that same boat, but at the same time, I'm like, within a couple days, I'm like, no, this is not right. I can't do this. Like, this is not how I want to proceed. So we are not broken up, but currently we are back to being long distance. They should be arriving at the airport to leave any time now. They take off around 6, actually exactly 2 hours from now. And they will be living in California for now with their grandmother. And I will be moving to New York at some point, hopefully this year. There's a lot of research that goes into me moving to New York because I am disabled. I need a lot of help. And my mother can't do it right now. She's working, she's got her band, but her house is not one that I can live in. It's multi-level, split level type of deal. So everything's on a different floor. And I don't do stairs. Stairs are a no-go for my body. I maybe climb them once a month or once every 2 months to go grab Hannah or Andrew upstairs, or if the dogs are doing something, I have to go up there and yeah. But I actually moved down to the downstairs bedroom about 2 years ago so that it was safer, because upstairs was just too dangerous. So anyway, we're going to be looking into like assisted living situations, or something like that, independent living. I don't know exactly where we'll end up with that, but my plan is to move back to New York to be near my family. They're going to California for now. They're going to work. They're going to do some therapy and mental health stuff. We're going to save up. I would have loved to go with them. However, their family is not LGBTQ plus friendly. So they're very Christian. So us going together was not an option. If that was an option, we would have just moved out here and gotten our own place. But Chloe had only moved here 53 days ago now, and they had just started working. They hadn't even completed their first week of work, or they had just completed their first week of work, which was just training, the night this happened. They were actually officially starting at their location on the day after. I will say this did require a little bit of a mental health hospitalization on their part. And they're doing okay. We're really sad. Like, really sad. Put it this way, I think I've cried more in the last week than I have in years. But we've made this decision to take the time and work on ourselves. When they're here, they are less likely to do the work they need and the self-care that they need. When you're partners with somebody who's chronically ill, who currently doesn't have help outside, like I don't have an aide yet or anything like that, so it's all on my partners and my housemates. They were helping do diaper changes, especially if Owen was out. They were, pushing my wheelchair when we went places. They were, they'd take me to the ER. Well, they didn't take me. They stayed at the ER with me. My roommate drove us, because we don't have a car, because Chloe did not have a license yet, because they have lived in Europe for the last 7 years since they were allowed to get a license, and yeah. Had we been able to, we would have simply rented an apartment on our own. But we aren't at that position. We had some savings that did unfortunately get eaten up in the move that we were hoping to keep, but we had to dip into that a little bit. So our savings went below the deposit amount that we wanted to have for getting our own place. And with my roommate not being comfortable with them in the house anymore, we couldn't, work and get that extra couple $100 from their next paycheck. We didn't have the time to wait for that. So, yeah. So they're in California. We're gonna take it one day at a time, with a lot of open and honest communication, a lot of keeping each other accountable for, working toward where we want to be progress-wise. For me, that's more of a physical thing on getting myself to New York, versus with them, it's more mental health. It's gonna be a tough, tough year. It has already been one of the hardest weeks of my life because, unfortunately, this has not only had issues that we had to work out as a couple, but it involved our best friend, and I haven't really spoken to her much at all. That is partly because I need the space from her, but she also needs the space from this situation. So sadly, my decisions to stay in a relationship with Chloe will probably cause that friendship to be very minimal, which is gonna suck, but at the same time, we both have to do what's best for us. If she can't be around them, then that's her choice. If me, I'm not necessarily going to be blabbing it that, we're staying together, but at the same time, if she asks, I will tell her. But they will not physically be in contact ever again with my partner. So it's going to affect the friendship. It already has to some degree. There's a lot of feelings going on, and no, it's not a cheating situation. Okay, I know that's what everybody's going to assume based on this conversation. I'm not going to get into it, but it was a lot. But we have decided that for the next year, Chloe's gonna go to California and work and save up as much as humanly possible, because they won't have to be pitching in toward rent and things like that. We'll have the ability to set aside a fuck ton of money, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we actually have a countdown going on in our on our phones a year from today. We'll see where we're at. Either it'll be we're moving back in together, or we're visiting. Depending on progress and funds and things like that, because obviously we want to save up as much money as we can. I would like to have at least a month or two of rent. Well, probably not a month or two. Probably a month of rent and a security deposit on an apartment type of deal. If I end up in an assisted living situation, I don't know if they could move in with me or not. That remains to be seen. But we're giving ourselves a year to get these things done, to get me to New York and get them some help and more stable. Last night was we've kind of had a routine since they moved here. We take a walk every night and take out the garbage and take a walk. Last night we spent about 2 hours out at the park talking really deep stuff and saying goodbye. And today we did a little bit because because they're flying, they couldn't fit everything in their suitcase and stay within the weight limit, so they wanted to drop some of the leftover stuff off with me. And dude, saying goodbye like this is the hardest. Like, we did long distance for a little over a year. It was like a year and a half, because we started dating in August of 2022. We met online. We met in person physically May of 2023. May 1st of 2023, and April 27th? 25th, I think, they moved here. So basically a year, apart. So it was like a year and a few months, like 6 months or something, that we were long distance. And even just having those 50 days of physically being together, our lives were melding. Our routines were shifted to we're a couple, and just suddenly having that gone physically is really hard, especially when you add in, the dissociative disorders that we have. We're neither of us are officially diagnosed with it, and there's several that it could be. But neither of us are officially. That's because I have not gotten into therapy yet. I have not gotten into therapy since I discovered the fact that I think that Owen is separate. But anyway. It's a lot. It was really hard. Really, really, really hard saying goodbye. I've had 4 partners, 3 breakups. Never. I mean, the one I haven't had to say goodbye yet, too, because I still live with him, technically. I mean, not technically. I do. He and I dated for 9 years. And we're good friends. It's just that we're not a good couple. Our tisms tend to clash. He is sensory seeker. I am sensory avoider. He is big, loud, noisy. I am like, no, don't do that. So we've made a lot of progress as far as like, we argued a lot because we were constantly driving each other crazy. We've made a lot of progress there. But anyway, this is, having already had to say goodbye to them for an entire year after they visited, and then doing this again was like a shot to the heart. Add in the fact that we've got the little ones that are really, really sad, makes it even harder. Sorry. In the head. It's really interesting because I've got this 1-year-old in my head, and his communication is very, very minimal. Like, his ability to actually say words is really, really minimal. He has a few. He's got Mama and Dada down. One of the other alters' names, he can't say the whole name, but he says it like Naki. Unfortunately, somebody in their system taught him how to swear in a couple different languages. Specifically, shit in different languages. So unfortunately, he knows how to say that. And he knows the basics like Binky, Baba, Nai Nai. But he doesn't physically say much. But it almost feels like telepathic communication. Like, he conveys a feeling, in a way, without much physical talk. There are times where he does talk a little bit, and if we're really blobby with each other, it can sometimes seem like he's talking, because we are kind of sharing control of everything, so he'll kind of use my ability to speak in a way. But yeah, it's very interesting having that going on in your head. Realizing that this is what's been going on for years is a big thing. But yeah, that's kind of... Alright, let me read your messages because I got distracted. Sometimes use my pocket diapers as diaper covers. Yes. That's primarily how we started with this particular brand of pocket diapers, is we bought it for Chloe for a diaper cover. And it was too big. So I ended up using it as... We were going to use it as a diaper cover, but it does not fit over the diapers I made. They're too wide in the crotch and stuff like that. So I then started using them as the pocket diapers. They're really good. John, if you want to look... I know I did a video on this particular brand, but they're actually pretty decent covers. And they're really, really cheap. And this diaper says it goes up to a 51-inch waist. I need to measure exactly where it falls, because I think they run bigger. I could also just... measuring for a cloth diaper is really different than measuring for a disposable, because the legs go up higher, and it doesn't... Yeah, it's complicated, but... So I was measuring according to disposable diapers and clothing and stuff. If the clothing doesn't go to this size, then it's not going to fit me. But you measure cloth diapers slightly differently. So I found out that these fit me perfect. I have extra room. The fact that we thought these would fit my partner cracks me up because, according to their things, yes, it would have. But it's... I've only got a couple inches in the middle of the straps that could, or of the wings. They were, and this diaper is made to overlap, but the problem is, it's meant to one side secure, and then the other one overlap and secure to the wing, which then leaves one side of the front of the diaper to just sag. So it's not really conducive to, if you have to overlap it, it's not going to work. Not at least as anything useful. They were simply using it as a diaper cover, and this thing was falling off of them because it had no security in that one side. Anyway, got a lap buddy. I have a Leo over here on the bed and a Simon under the bed. Simon will probably be on my lap in a while because it's about time to go hit the try to go to the bathroom, because as soon as the meds start hitting, my ability to hold the front is minimal. And Owen, he doesn't even grasp the concept of trying to go to the bathroom on the toilet. He's actually scared of the bathroom, which is not fun if you're trying to go to the bathroom and you got a screaming baby in your head. He hates it. He's got that level of my autism where it's the noise drives him insane. And it scares him. He hates thunderstorms too. Straight up panic, sob. Hates them. And he's kind of at that point with the bathroom. So we gotta work on this, on the ability to use the restroom, because it saves us on some messy diapers and stuff. Mind you, he does not grasp that concept. He does not understand potty training yet. Which is really, it's kind of funny because, if we have a day where my partner is just I am so exhausted, I don't know that I can deal with changing messy diapers. And because of my bowel situation, there's times where that's six times a day. Some days it's only 2, other days it's my max I've had in a day was 10. So it's doing that when you're exhausted and you're dealing with the baby who doesn't understand it, doesn't have the ability to help you change his diaper. Using the toilet was hopefully going to be the solution to avoiding some of those, because while we can't physically feel the need, we can sit there until the body does the thing. Usually it's during the earlier part of the day, I don't usually go. I usually go in the morning, and then I probably won't go to the bathroom till about between 4 and 6, or I won't go to the bathroom again until I physically eat food. 6 ago, yes. So we kind of have to work on potty training in a way. But he's 1. He's between 12 and 18 months, so he's not really to that good potty training age. And if he's in control when the potty timer goes off, pretty much the partner has to take them and physically, like, help them get their diaper off and on and things like that. Like, he pretty much walks in the bathroom and freezes. He panics about it. So we're working on figuring out a way to get him to not panic about going to the bathroom. Probably try things like playing shows or reading, like getting a book out or something for him. At least when he's more in control, those types of things. If I'm in control, that doesn't really interest me. I'm like, get her done, get out. But it leaves him kind of in a very heightened panic state for a little while. Usually he fusses for quite a while after that, and he gets really, really cranky. So this last few days has been I'm not even going to bother trying to get him into the bathroom and not panic. It's either a situation of I'm just going to do it, or I just don't, because I don't want him to panic and be upset. He's got a lot of upset right now. So I will probably make him, at least try once a day, so that, that saves me one messy diaper to clean up and wash. So yeah, it's really weird dealing with a 1-year-old in an adult body. It's kind of also funny because my walking is terrible as it is. I have mobility issues. I don't have great balance. I have a lot of strength issues in my legs, and you pair that with when he's out front, and oh my goodness, you pretty much have to have, he needs my walker. He needs a walker because he doesn't walk very well. Some days he does okay, but other days, if you're not good at controlling the body in the first place, adding somebody who's not good at controlling the body in general is, it kind of compounds. But K-Cup machine, by the way, I just switched out my Keurig for a coffee pot about 2 weeks ago. I much prefer my coffee pot, partially because I drink big cups of coffee. I don't know where my cup is right now, but it's up there somewhere. So in order to drink that cup, to fill that cup the appropriate amount, I would have to use 2 K-Cups, because mine only goes 6, 8, and 10 ounces. And I needed, I think, 12 or 14. Yeah, 14, because running it twice at doing 8 and 8 was too many. But yeah, I love my coffee pot, and it's so much cheaper for me because I don't drink it all the time, so it goes a long way. And you have a couple of those. Yeah, they're good ones. I did, however, discover there is a difference. So if you're on Amazon, there's, you always run into the same product listed in a different spot. I bought 5 of them total so far. And one of the ones I bought, I think, is different slightly. In the inside fabric is different slightly. That one tends to pill. The other ones don't pill. So I'm guessing there's a slight difference. But I will double check that. I do know that you can buy those on AliExpress or Alibaba, whichever one it is. They have a Jack Skellington one on there, and it's yesterday it was $4. Yeah, stairs are pretty much a no-go for us. This one. I need that information, actually. Hang on. What do you got? Let's see what it says here. Hopefully it saved my cart. I don't know if it did. Fuck. Let's see if that's saved or not. But there's a bunch of... Oh, it did. Good. Perfect. So currently on they were on sale the other day. I should have bought them because they were cheap. There's one that is currently $7.11. It's a denim, like it's a looks like denim print. And then there's a Jack Skellington one, and I need it in my life so bad. But the hard part about AliExpress is you really, really have to dig to find, like, the measurements and stuff like that. So, but I did take the ones I got off of Amazon and plugged the name into AliExpress, and I did find some there. I just haven't purchased them yet. Next month, I think I'm going to not... Well, I will probably buy the Jack Skellington one, let's be honest. Possibly the other two. The denim one. But after that, I've got most of the prints that I want of those diapers. I could technically go with some, like, plain colors. But in order to do that, I'm probably going to work on making it so that my cloth diapers, like, I'm going to make some... Like, once I figure out my pattern, because I know I made a bunch of them that are not going to really fit in those. So I might kind of work toward getting them to fit inside of that pocket diaper so that I can wear it as a cover for the all-around absorbency. A pre-fold will not work with it. It's too narrow, too tiny. Honestly, the crotches are a little bit narrow for even inserts, the inserts that I use. But, they're good. Leo. My cat thinks he's human. Hang on. Leo. What you doing? Are you a pretty boy? He sits propped up on boxes, like, with his arm, like it's out a car window. He's just like, there I am. And he lays with, like, on his, like, how he's kind of laying right now, but he'll prop up his arm. Yeah, it is roasting. Currently we were at, the heat index was 99 last I checked. It should start going down now, but the heat index was, I think it got to 100 today. Last time I looked it was at 99, and that was right before it peaked. So I wouldn't be surprised if the heat index was 100 or more. But it's pretty much a don't go outside without lots of electrolytes. I don't handle the heat at all. Well, okay, I like the heat. I enjoy the summer. I don't like the cold. However, my POTS does not like heat. So pretty much if I'm not running my IV or something, I typically won't go outside. Or I'll wait till, like, evening time when it cools off. That's been our go-to this month, is just going out in the evening and going for a nice little walk for like an hour. Well, I ride in my wheelchair, but they walk. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss our nightly walks together. We can still do it, but long distance. So, alright guys, I'm feeling those meds kind of hit, so I am going to go ahead and get headed out of here. Owen's kind of chomping at the bit to watch some Bluey or something like that, so quite honestly, he's going to take a nap. He's hungry, so we'll do a bottle and take a nap. That's the reality of what's going to go on. But, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for, if you're still here watching or you watch it later on, thank you, Frost, for the subscription. I am literally 2 subscribers away now from being to 4,000 subscribers. So that's fun. And that's without, you know, like, my subscriber base has grown very slowly because I don't really cater to the algorithm much, at least not right now. So I don't, it's a very niche topic that I typically talk about. But, yeah. We shall get settled in for chilling for a bit. I gotta get out and get up before he becomes comes to the front and controls, because I gotta get the things ready, because he doesn't know how to do the certain things, so I gotta do that before he's able to come out. So, which means putting away the diapers again and getting some water and juice and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I will probably be on a bit more. I'm going to be working on, hopefully, probably not tomorrow, because I need to go shopping and get a haircut tomorrow. I'm going to do a drastic haircut, you guys. So, you'll want to see that. We currently are dealing with, I forget what the length is. If it's braided, like, we're braided and it's down to my, like, here. Unbraided, it's, like, almost touching my shoulders. So, I would guess about 10 inches or so. And we're gonna go drastic. Your body temperature has changed a lot. I used to say, yeah. I know you guys are behind where I'm at, but real quick, for me, I have to have about 68. Well, outside, I like about 65 is where I'm gonna start being cold and shivering and breaking out because of the cold allergy. 95, 100 is my threshold of no, just no. I'm staying inside or I'm going swimming. So yeah, that's that, you know, and that's only because I can't tolerate the heat anymore with the POTS. So yeah. Anyway, I know I keep saying I'm going to leave, but I really need to because I'm getting tired as fuck, which means little guy is going to come out because I am done holding the brain steady and shit like that right now. It's his turn. It's his turn. It gets us to relax and nap. And I got to go respond to my mom. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I will probably see you Wednesday or something like that. I'm hoping to be sewing one of those days, or at least cutting things out. So we'll have a craft stream going. But anyway, I will see you all later. Have an awesome evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are.